Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Intech Flyer Forge travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your fold down bed, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're both going to be in front of your tire. Power, water. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we'll do is level your unit. The unit comes with a hand crank. Depending on what kind of ground you're on, you'll chock your tires, put a level on this, and crank that up or down until you're level. Once you're level, next thing we'll do is stabilize it. On all four corners of the unit, you have these crank down stabilizing jacks. I'm gonna recommend stabilizing jack pads, especially if you take this off-road a lot, you don't have an even ground. Grab a 4-pack of those from the store, your 10% off coupon, put them on the ground and run these down. I want to show you these feet are swingable, so once you get it down to where you need it, you can adjust it. I'm gonna, as I said, recommend stabilizing jack pads. Get them down and run these down on top of them pads just until they're taut. Once you got a good resistance on here and it starts to feel like it's going to lift your unit, go ahead and stop. Remember, our unit's already level, we're just trying to stabilize it. So go ahead and get all four of them down. That's your unit level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. 30 amp cord will plug in right here on the side. Just plug that in on the side here. Now, should you need to plug into a 110, there will be in your convenience pack a 30 to 50 amp reducer. There's your power. Next is your water. At campsites, you're going to hook up to a city water connection. Grab yourself a water pressure regulator. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Make sure in your hot water heater here that your pressure release valve is down. Make sure that that's down and flat. Pulled up would be releasing pressure and the water would just pour out of there while you turn it on. So once that's closed, go ahead and turn that hose on. Turn that hose on for a few minutes. Go inside, open up all your sinks inside and get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Shut them off and you'll be all set to camp. Now let's say you're going to go dry camp with this. In that case, you're going to fill up your potable water. That's over here. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You simply gravity fill this with a hose. Once it's full, what you're going to do is watch the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. There's going to be a button in there for your fresh water. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off-camp side. Again, our power. Here's where you can plug in a solar panel to trickle charge your batteries. Up above is a flue for your furnace. To the right, an attachment for a ladder. Down here again, our hot water heater, fresh water, and city water. Down there's where your sewage for your black tank will dump. Bringing down your tent, we'll do that here in a little bit. Actually, just unlock them, lift up and open these. Set this down by hand. Pull your fabric over the edges, and then we'll push that out when we're indoors. Same thing on your ramp out here, opens up the same exact way. Make sure it's locked for travel. And just simply set this down. There's your ramp. Got a stabilizing jack. Got a big power awning here. A couple of 110s out here. It's a magnet that'll hold your exterior door open. And that is a hose for your water that'll be coming through. Check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. Got your storage here, spare tire. Your propane is on your regulator, just lefty loosey to open that up. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, come up inside the unit. First thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Over here on the wall is a few different things. We'll start by just turning on your furnace. Crank that up. Crank the heat up. Hear that crank on? Now you will notice when I shut this off that it does take a few minutes to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Down below that is our awning. We got LED out there, LED light there. Let's go ahead and run our awning out. I'm just going to touch the word out. Just going to go ahead and start running itself out. While it does, I'll show you can stop it at any point. No matter where you're at, continue it back out. It'll stop on its own when it's all the way out. Or you can stop it and bring it back in. Down below that is our main lights, cubby accent lights, and our porch light. Right above the door here. To the right of that, max air vent. Turn that on. That will open itself up and crank itself on. Then you go through the 4 different settings, speeds on it, hit off, and it closes itself and shuts itself off. Continuing in the unit, our lights here are 3-touch. One touch is black, back blue, another blue, now white on both of those. There's our ladder to get up outdoors. As a toy hauler, here's all your room you got. Go ahead and bring this bed down here. Drop it down outside. Now we're just going to come in and unzip. These will also roll up and use these to keep that strapped up underneath. Our mattress will go forward. Let's lift our back up first. Also show you that these will also completely unsnap, which makes things so much easier. So get up underneath your mattress, grab this bar. On this curved bar, this end is going to point up. So snap that in, push that up and out. Tuck that in there. Put your mattress up. Just that quickly you get your bed. Again over here. This side, bring your feet out first. As this comes out, and feet will fold out. Leave it laying down or jackknife it up into a seat. And then this bed up here, release the ends. And the way this comes down, and fold down and flip out. There's your other bed. Putting this back. Push forward. Fold up. This actually snaps right up into that lock. And hands the rest of it. Stay here, jackknife this back down and fold it back up against the wall. Snap these back in for travel. Continuing again, outdoor ladder. Your fridge, North Cold fridge, turn that on up here. This is where you change it 1 through 5. Over here, whatever's white is what you're controlling. Here's the freezer. Here's the fridge. Fridge usually on 3, freezer on 5. This is a night mode. Telling the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing you as much. Could you please save me some power? And it does. Coming into our wet bath. Toilet paper cover, make sure that's down for your showers. Hand crank open exhaust vent in here as well. There's your lighting. When you first arrive at the campsite, flush this, put a little bit of water down into your black tank so you're not putting solids down into your black tank with it being dry. Up here is where you check the levels of your battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. That freshwater button is one I said to hold down when you're filling up your freshwater to tell when that's full. Here's where you turn on the water pump to get to that water. Tank heater, that is a little 12-volt pad that's on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. If you ever get in cold weather and you think they might freeze, turn that on. And same thing with your lines. There's a little heater on your water lines. One thing I want to mention on your griddle, your stovetop here, turn that to light, turn that on to spark that. When your gas is on, that's lit. This one actually does fold down a little easier. A lot of times you have to lift up on these. Back here is your 110 with GFCI reset and a 12-volt. Couple charging ports. On your sink, just maintain your plumbing. If you travel a lot in this, you bounce this up and down the road. Check out your plumbing. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Or in this side is going to be your breaker box and fuses. Got a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you and going. A couple of 30s up top. This is your battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Down below that is where you'll turn on your hot water heater. Turn that on, set it to desired temperature once you have water in your hot water. Access panel and access panel to water lines. That about covers everything in here. Oh, our AC real quick. Crank that on here. High and low. Very high cool. And our smoke alarm. Alright, let me go ahead and bring this mattress back up. Tuck our metal down and snap this all back up. Alright, with everything sealed up, I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's gonna bounce around heading down the road. Set off all of our lights. Exit the unit. Lock and deadbolt this door. You don't want that door going up and down the road. Now, if we are out dry camping, we're going to come over here. Get back there and open up those low point drains. Back over on our campsite where your hose can hook up. Get up underneath there and open that up. Let that drain out. Hook up our hitch and head on home to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to hook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch and head out up to the dump station. Let the dump station park accordingly. Your dump's right in front of your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with that. Hook that up and pull that black handle there. Now that is going to be black and gray tanks. All goes into that one tank back there. When that's done, shows empty inside. Go ahead and close that up. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this flyer for many years to come. Happy camping.